Minecraft isn't just a game, it's a phenomenon. It's a tool, it's nostalgia, and for millions of us, it was the first place we ever logged in, met someone real, and thought, yeah, this world matters. But the real magic of Minecraft wasn't the single player mode. It wasn't punching trees or redstone tutorials. It was something much bigger, something messier. It was the servers. Minecraft servers were wild, untamed. Some were tiny, just a couple friends on a free host. Some were massive, literal empires, running like corporations, raking in hundreds of thousands of dollars in rank sales. But here's the thing most people don't realise. Nearly every major Minecraft server has either collapsed or is dying slowly. Some were mismanaged, some were cannibalised by YouTube, some just got old. But every server has a story, a rise, a fall, and something in between. This is Frame Theory, and today we're diving deep into the rise and fall of Minecraft servers, a full retrospective of culture, chaos, and creators that built an entire era. We'll look at the first public server ever launched, the mega giants that got Guinness records, the faction empires that collapsed under greed, the YouTubers who pushed them into spotlight, and the black holes of anarchy that somehow still haven't died. And then, at the very end, I'll tell you what I'm building next. Chapter 1. MinecraftOnline, the first public server. Let's go all the way back, before Hypixel, before minigames, before even hunger bars existed. It's June 2010. Minecraft just added multiplayer. There are no official servers, no realms, no server browser. You have to find IPs from forums. It's a mess. But on June 28th, something historic happens. MinecraftOnline launches, the first truly public 24/7 Minecraft server in existence. And it's still online today. Their world? Freedonia. A map that's been running non-stop since 2010. No resets, no region wipes, nothing is ever undone. Every cobble pillar, every griefed spawn house, every bridge to nowhere. It's still there. There's beauty in that, but also decay. Freedonia is like a living museum of early Minecraft, but it's not curated. It's messy, ugly sometimes, and that's what makes it important. While every other server was chasing trends, Hunger Games, factions, Skyblock, MinecraftOnline stayed still. It runs almost entirely vanilla. No minigames, no world borders, no ranks, no teleporting. You walk. And yet, there's something pure about it. The server was never trying to be popular. It was trying to be permanent. But here's the downside. It never changed. And the rest of Minecraft did. As plugins, mods and YouTubers pushed server tech forward, MinecraftOnline felt more and more like a relic. New players couldn't find a reason to stay. Content creators had nothing to cover. It didn't trend, it didn't adapt. It's now one of the oldest running servers in history, and one of the most ignored. But MinecraftOnline did something no other server managed. It persisted. In a world where everything resets, it chose not to. And for that, it deserves a place in history. Chapter 2. Mineplex, the giant that fell. Now we jump forward to the golden age. It's 2014. Minecraft is at its cultural peak. YouTubers like DanyTDM, Joeysaf, and Captain Sparkles are pushing millions of views per video. Minigames are exploding, and out of the chaos rises a giant. Mineplex. Mineplex was everything a kid could dream of. Fast-paced, colourful, competitive. You could log in after school and spend hours playing Super Paintball, Turf Wars, Dragon Escape, and Block Hunt. Let's not forget Block Hunt. By late 2014, Mineplex wasn't just popular, it was massive. Like Guinness World Record massive. Over 70,000 concurrent players. More than entire MMOs. The lobbies were alive. Parkour races, chat spam, rank flexing. Every Minecraft kid had a Mineplex phase. But somewhere around 2016, the cracks started showing. It began small: buggy updates, hacker issues, staff drama. The anti-cheat, known as Gwen, was infamous for banning the wrong players and letting the real cheaters go wild. Then came silence. Updates slowed, communication from admins vanished. And Hypixel started eating their lunch. While Mineplex was struggling with bugged minigames, Hypixel launched Sky Wars and made it addictive. Then Bed Wars, then Murder Mystery, then Duels. Mineplex tried to keep up. They launched their own Sky Wars, their own Survival Games 2.0, even attempted a copy of Bed Wars. But it was too late. Worse, Mineplex split resources to chase the Bedrock edition, the Windows 10 version of Minecraft. And while it made money short term, it killed the Java player trust. Content creators jumped ship. Tommy Innit made his name on Hypixel. Technoblade broke the UHC leaderboards. Snapnap and Bad Boy Halo played Mineplex, and then left it behind. By 2020, the player base had scattered. Most lobbies sat empty. The games felt dated. The community felt abandoned. And in May 2023, it shut down. No farewell video, no announcement stream, just a tweet, like an afterthought. In a way, it's poetic. Mineplex, the giant, the innovator, the first home for millions of kids, gone in silence. But even in its fall, it shaped what servers would become. Mineplex wasn't just a server, it was a moment in time. And moments, by nature, just don't last. Chapter 3: The Hive. Innovation and Goodbye. If Mineplex was a chaotic little brother of Minecraft multiplayer, then The Hive was the smart, polished cousin, the one that always showed up on time, wore a tie, and didn't rage quit. The Hive wasn't the biggest, but it was the most refined. Its games worked, its branding was clean, and its community, loyal as hell. Hive was the first place a lot of players ever experienced minigames. Before Bed Wars took over, before Skyblocks became a $1 billion industry, you were playing hide and seek, Debt Run, and Trouble in Mineville. These weren't just carbon copies of other server games. They were the source. Debt Run, a platformer where one player manually triggers traps, that's Hive. Hide and seek, with block morphing and ping indicators, Hive again. Even murder mystery style mechanics existed in Trouble in Mineville years before anyone on Hypixel touched it. And the polish? That's what the Hive was known for. Scoreboards, chat prompts, game balance, all clean, all thoughtful. While servers like Mineplex were dumping out half-tested game modes, Hive felt curated. In 2015 to 2017, it averaged 10,000 players at peak. The player base was tight-knit, you'd see the same names, map rotations were smooth, and best of all, it didn't shove pay to win down your throat. But there was a problem, a quiet one. Hive Java Edition wasn't growing. New players weren't joining, big creators weren't covering it, and Hive's attention, it was moving elsewhere. In 2018, Hive became one of the official Bedrock partner servers, and from a business perspective, that was genius. Hive Bedrock exploded. It became the go-to for mobile players. Millions of downloads, huge minigame exposure, and zero EULA issues. But Hive Java? Forgotten. By 2020, average players dipped below 1,000. YouTubers like Green, who got his start building for Hive minigames, had long since moved to Hermitcraft. In 2021, the Hive Java edition was officially shut down. They posted a clean, honest farewell. No drama, no finger pointing, just a quiet, graceful ending. And that's kind of perfect. Hive didn't die from greed or drama or a broken economy. It just evolved. It let go of the past and built something new. Hive bedrock still lives on, but for those of us who remember block morphing in 2014, the original Hive will always be the version we carry with us. Chapter 4. Hypixel UHC. Competitive Chaos. Let's switch gears. We've covered innovation, we've covered polish, now it's time for chaos. Hypixel UHC was one of the most competitive, toxic, exhilarating and wildly broken game modes in Minecraft history. But to understand why it mattered, you need to understand UHC. UHC, or Ultra Hardcore, was a community-born Minecraft game mode where natural regeneration is turned off. You don't heal, ever, unless you eat a golden apple or drink a potion. It was invented in 2012 by the Minecraft crew, and quickly became the most intense form of survival multiplayer. YouTubers like B00100, EthosLab and Kurt J. Mack made UHC legendary, but it was Hypixel who turned it into a monster. When Hypixel launched UHC Champions, it wasn't vanilla, it was modded mayhem. Custom crafting, magical kits, XP upgrades, dragon swords, full-on PvP gear. It was also grindy, it was sweaty, it was incredible. YouTubers like XNestero, TapL, Grape Applesauce, Calvin, they rose through Hypixel UHC. Some games had 111 players, 40-minute timers, borders shrinking, and the stakes? Absolutely brutal. But the thing is, UHC died, not overnight, not in flames, but slowly. The first problem? Cheaters. Hypixel UHC was infected with closet cheaters and blatant hackers. Staff couldn't keep up. Anti-cheat was a mess. Legit players were getting false banned, while hackers with clients dominated. The second problem? Balance. The game was deep. Maybe too deep. New players got destroyed in their first match, and unlike Bed Wars, it wasn't pick up and play. You had to study. Third problem? Neglect. While Hypixel expanded Skyblock into a literal economy simulator, UHC stopped getting updates. And then Techno left. Then TapL moved on. Nestorio started playing tournaments off server. The hype? It was gone. Today, Hypixel UHC still exists. Technically. But good luck finding a full match without a cheater. UHC's debt wasn't loud. It was just tired. A game mode that asked everything from you and got nothing in return. Chapter 5. Skyblock.net. Simplicity turned empire. Now let's talk about the server that proved you didn't need complexity to build an empire. Just a tree, a bucket, and a dream. Skyblocks.net, run by Noob Crew, was the definitive Skyblocks experience for a generation of players. You spawn on an island. One tree, one chest, no land. Your only goal? Survive. But here's the twist. You could trade, visit other islands, sell dirt, build shops, and from that tiny starter chest, a full-blown player economy formed. Skyblock was genius because it let the players do the work. They created the market, they controlled the inflation, they built everything. Ranks were added, then kits, then crate keys, then boosters. Skyblock became a machine, smooth, optimized, sometimes a little too polished. YouTubers like Sky Does Minecraft, Sunday and Woofless all played on Skyblock servers. Some partnered with them, some built their own. And slowly, the genre fractured. You had Skyblock with custom generators, Skyblock with PvP zones, Skyblock with mob arenas. What started as a minimalist survival became a bloated feature war. And eventually, Skyblocks.net, it got swallowed by the competition. Today, it still exists, but it's quiet, mostly run on legacy reputation. Skyblock's fall wasn't dramatic, it was natural, like a tree that grew too tall and stopped getting sunlight. But it changed Minecraft forever. Every modern survival server borrows something from Skyblock's economy, even if you don't realise it. Chapter 6. PrimeMC. The pay-to-win collapse. If the Hive was about polish and Mineplex was about community, PrimeMC was about money. Let's be real, PrimeMC was never subtle. It was blatant. A microtransaction factory wrapped in a Minecraft server. But at one point, it was everywhere. Skyblock, Prison, factions. PrimeMC dominated the voting websites. They had ads, influencers, cracked server knockoffs, the works. And players loved it. At first. Because PrimeMC nailed the dopamine loop. You join, you open a crate, you get a spawner, you sell it, you rank up, you do it again. And the kits? Oh yeah, they were disgusting. You could buy fly, god armor, stacked mob drops, automatic crop hoppers, everything you'd normally have to grind 50 hours for, pay $50 and boom, you win. It was pay to win in its rawest form, and at the time, no one could stop them. PrimeMC didn't bend Mojang's server monetization rules, they launched them in an orbit. In 2016, they were raking in tens of thousands of dollars per month, maybe even more. They were at the top of the vote sites because they paid to be there. And they stayed there until Mojang updated the EULA and finally started enforcing it. The EULA, Minecraft's end-user license agreement, basically said, you can't sell advantages, cosmetics are fine, winning gear is not. Most servers got scared. PrimeMC? They doubled down. They started relabeling gear. It's not power, it's prestige. But everyone knew the truth. If you didn't spend money, you weren't competing. Eventually, their reputation collapsed. YouTubers stopped promoting it, smaller servers started offering fairer alternatives. PrimeMC got exposed in multiple videos for shady refund policies and rank paywalls. By 2019, the shine was gone. Crates still opened, players still logged on, but the soul? It was missing. Today, PrimeMC technically exists, but no one talks about it. No one recommends it. It became the cautionary tale for server monetization. The lesson? If you treat your players like wallets, they'll leave, even if it takes them a few months or years. Chapter 7. CosmicPvP. When factions went supernova. If PrimeMC was a pay-to-win machine, CosmicPvP was a pay-to-rule-the-galaxy machine. CosmicPvP wasn't subtle either, but unlike Prime, it had personality, lore, teams, marketing. Founded by DanyPlayz, aka TBNOFrags, and his network Cosmic was a faction server, but with space age armor, god enchants, and completely insane PvP metas. And at one point, it was the place to play factions. Not the type where you farm and slowly expand. I mean full on blow up your enemy's base with 50 stack cannon style. CosmicPvP was the home of custom enchants. Enchants like Enlightened Tree, Overload 4, Rage stacks, stuff that gave you 3 times health bars or let you turn invisible. And if you didn't have them, you died. Instantly. The player base was hyper competitive. Factions would grind 10 plus hours a day. Cannons were built in creative mode first, then tested in survival. It was intense. But it came with a cost. The server's power balance was locked behind crates and ranks. And they weren't cheap. A top tier rank? $200. Crate keys? $10 to $20 each. And you needed multiples. It got to the point where if you weren't spending money, you weren't surviving, even if you were better at PvP. Cosmic had built this incredible PvP meta, an entire culture, but locked most of it behind a paywall. Despite the flaws, CosmicPvP influenced an entire generation of servers. Custom enchants, that became a plug-in genre. Faction wars, duels, combat-based economy, that all came from Cosmic. And Preston? His involvement gave it constant attention, the same way Dream helped boost MCC. Preston's team gave Cosmic a steady stream of views. But as the faction wars grew stale and the paywalls grew steeper, even die-hard players burned out. Today, CosmicPvP still technically exists, but it's mostly run on autopilot. It became the faction server that lived long enough to outlast the genre. But if you were there during its golden era, it felt like war. It felt like Destiny. It felt like Minecraft with stakes. Chapter 8. 2B2T. eternal anarchy. There are a lot of Minecraft servers. There were even more at the height of Minecraft's gold age. But only one of them is whispered about like a digital campfire story. A place not of nostalgia or community, but of chaos. A server that should have died 100 times, but didn't. A relic, still alive today. Its name is simple, unremarkable even, but its story, it's the most violent, mythologized and infamous story of all Minecraft. 2b2t. Two builders, two tools. An anarchy server launched in December 2010. No rules, no resets, no mods, no admins, and no forgiveness. With over 20,000 gigabytes of pure chaos. This isn't a server with plugins or minigames. It's not here to entertain you. You don't log into 2b2t to play Minecraft. You log in to survive it. Spawning in 2b2t is like waking up in a post-apocalyptic version of the internet's collective subconscious. You're not greeted by grassy plains or a welcoming spawn hub, but by skyboxes made of bedrock, swirling lava falls, and layer upon layer of ruined terrain. All grief beyond recognition. It's Minecraft with the skin peeled off. No protection, no tutorial, just pain. For years, the server remained a kind of underground rite of passage, a place spoken about on obscure Reddit threads, where players shared coordinates in encrypted formats and bragged about surviving 5, 10, even 15,000 blocks out from spawn without dying. It wasn't just dangerous, it was legendary. And then in 2016, that legend exploded. The Camping Rusher, a YouTuber best known for the time for factions and trolling content, stumbled across 2b2t and made what he thought was just another clicky video. I joined the worst Minecraft server ever. He didn't know what he was walking into, neither did his fans, but the server did. The moment the video dropped, 2b2t's population skyrocketed. Within days, the server queue jumped from a few dozen players to over 1,000. Lag doubled, spawn became a war zone, and the veterans, the ones who had ruled quietly for years, weren't having it. The Camping Rusher's arrival kicked off what is still known as the Rusher War. The Rusher frags versus the vets. Factions formed, spawn was locked down, exploits were weaponized, entire highways were booby-trapped just to keep the invaders out. This wasn't a game anymore, it was an all-out digital war. New players were hunted, coordinated attacks were launched. There were griefs on a scale that no server had ever seen. The Camping Rusher thought he'd found a funny, chaotic Minecraft server. What he'd really done was awaken a beast. And out of that chaos, one man stepped forward to tell the story. FitMC, bald, raspy-voiced, somehow always screaming and also whispering at the same time. Fit didn't just play 2b2t, he documented it. His videos weren't just gameplay, they were oral histories, deep dives into forgotten ruins, the old wars, the players who had built something incredible and then burned it all down. He gave names to bases that had never seen the light of day, traced back feuds between players that stretched across years. And suddenly, 2b2t had a chronicle, someone who could make sense of the madness. If you joined the server, you weren't just logging into a random world, you were stepping into a living mythology. And FitMC was your vigil. Through his storytelling, 2b2t became something more, not just a server, but a legend. With each video, thousands more tried to log on. The queue ballooned. Eventually, it became a paid priority system. You could pay to skip the 6 to 10 hour wait, but even then, you weren't safe. The spawn traps got smarter, the backstabbers more patient. It didn't matter if you made it past the first 100 blocks. The server would get you eventually. And as Fit mapped out the soul of the server, another figure rose. Sal C1. While Fit was telling the stories, Sal was solving the machine. Every exploit, every dupe, every chunk corruption. Sal broke it all down like a scientist at war with a cursed computer. He explained how players clipped into unloaded chunks to store valuables, how they abused piston mechanics to create infinite items, how they used signs and lag machines to create ghost towns that crashed your game just by walking near them.
Salsy1 didn't make tutorials. He made confessions, explaining exactly how the players broke the game and how the game never fought back. Together, FitMC and Salsy1 became the dual authors of 2b2t canon, one documenting the human drama, the other documenting the technological horror. And the thing is, it never stopped. Unlike every other server we've talked about, servers that shut down, sold out, rebranded or faded away, 2b2t kept going. It has outlived entire YouTube eras. It has outlived trends, monetization models, and even entire genres. You can't buy crates on 2b2t. You can't teleport. You can't get help from staff, because there are no staff. There never were. What you can do is wander into a chunk from 2013 and find an old sign with a player name no one remembers, or fall into a trap that's been sitting patiently for 6 years. You might build something incredible, only for it to be griefed 2 days later, or even 2 minutes. And that grief? It's part of the culture, because every base falls, every statue is defaced, every monument becomes rubble, and the players love it for that, because it means the server is alive. Where other servers beg for your money, 2b2t demands your time, your paranoia, your resilience. It's not a power fantasy, it's a test of how far you'll go, how much you'll tolerate, how much you'll lose. There are players who have been playing for over a decade, people who've seen the same bedrock cubes and lava pillars for 3,000 days straight, people who met their best friends or their worst enemy, in a server where trust is a joke and betrayal is a handshake. And through it all, Fit is still making videos, Sal is still decoding the Matrix, and someone somewhere is logging in for the first time, walking their way through spawn and realising just how alone they are. 2b2t didn't rise and fall. It rose and endured, not because it adapted, but because it never did. Every other server in this documentary lived and died by reinvention. 2b2t chose stagnation, and in doing so, it became timeless. A haunted museum running on 1.12.2, held together by duct tape, Java code, and hate. No server in Minecraft history has ever replicated it. None ever will. You can't copy 2b2t. You survive it, or you don't. Chapter 9. Lifesteal SMP, Gen Z's takeover. By the late 2010s, Minecraft servers had entered a weird limbo. The era of factions, wars and mega minigame hubs was fading. Hypixel was too polished, anarchy servers were too brutal, and vanilla survival felt dead. But right when it looked like servers were becoming background noise, a new format emerged. It didn't come from developers or server owners or even plugin creators. It came from creators themselves. This wasn't a new game mode, it was a new meta, and at the centre of it all was Lifesteal SMP. Launched in late 2021, Lifesteal SMP took one simple idea and turned it into content gold. If you kill someone, you gain one of their hearts. If you lose all your hearts, you're banned. That's it. That's the entire pitch. But the implications were massive. Suddenly, PvP wasn't just for loot. It was personal. Every fight had real stakes. Every betrayal, every alliance, every trap. It meant something. You could watch creators go from 10 hearts to 5 to 3 to 1. You could see them sweat, hear the panic, watch the entire alliances crumble because someone got greedy. It was Minecraft turned into a social survival game. Think survival, but instead of torches, you had hearts. And instead of tribal councils, you had 1v1s with netherite axes. The original Lifesteal crew was small. Clown Pierce, Parrot, Vortex, Spoke, Radoons. Mostly Gen Z creators who had cut their teeth on hardcore challenges and PvP videos. But Lifesteal let them do something different. It let them create a world that was both deadly and bingeable. Because that was the secret. Lifesteal wasn't just a fun server. It was engineered for content. Every deck could become a short. Every comeback could be a multi-part series. It was a YouTube machine disguised as a Minecraft server. And the algorithm loved it. Parrot's videos exploded. 5 million views, 10 million.
Clown Pierce's duels became legendary. Spoke's traps were shared like war crimes. And fans didn't just watch, they followed the entire lore. This wasn't the scripted chaos of Dream SMP. It was tighter, cleaner, leaner. No gods, no magic, no Technoblade. Just raw survival with a side of sabotage. And as the seasons progressed, so did the complexity. They added team formats, bounty systems, resurrection mechanics, even limited time events like God Hearts or One Day Wars. But no matter what changed, the core remained. Kill or be killed, win or disappear. It struck a perfect balance between skill and story. PvP masters had to outplay the odds. Casual players had to form alliances or die trying. And viewers? They were hooked. Because unlike most servers where death is an inconvenience, Lifesteal made it the plot. If you lost your last heart, you were banned, from the server and the story. Entire redemption arcs were built around getting back in. Fans debated strategy, made tier lists, even tried to copy the format. Soon, spin-offs appeared, clone SMPs, public lifesteal. Everyone wanted a piece of the formula, but none of them hit the same. Because lifesteal wasn't just about hearts. It was about timing, pacing, editing. The original cast understood the rhythm of online video. They weren't just players. They were producers. And in a strange way, lifesteal brought Minecraft servers full circle. It wasn't about huge plugins or flashy builds. It was about a simple system, and how humans used it to hurt or help each other. In the end, that's what kept it alive. Not money, not crates, not flashy launch trailers, just a clean mechanic, good players, and even better storytelling. Lifesteal didn't just revive Minecraft SMPs. It reinvented them for an audience raised on shorts, Twitch raids, and algorithm-driven tension. And it proved one thing. The most powerful Minecraft servers today aren't run by admins. They're run by editors. Chapter 10. The future of Minecraft servers. We've gone from blocky chaos to billion-dollar hubs, from dupe glitches to corporate sponsors, from Skyblock to anarchy, from CosmicPvP to Lifesteal. So what's next? What does the future of Minecraft servers actually look like? Well, it's already here. Today's biggest servers don't just give you something to play, they give you something to watch. Lifesteal turned it into a TikTok challenger machine. QSMP made it a multilingual improv theatre. Modern servers don't rely on plugins, they rely on personalities. The code doesn't matter as much as the characters. We've entered the age of server as stage, where players are performers, plots are clipped for shorts, and every death, duel, or betrayal is a part of a larger script, even if no one admits it. But don't mistake that for a bad thing. Minecraft servers used to feel disposable. You'd play for a few hours, then leave. Now they feel like seasons, worlds you binge, like Netflix shows. They're less like servers and more like stories. And this evolution makes sense. Minecraft itself is a game about freedom, but people crave meaning, and servers, at their best, give both. What we're seeing now is the maturity of Minecraft culture. It's not just about mining and crafting anymore. It's about identity, community, shared memory. It's about turning nostalgia into narrative. And the future? It's not about making the next Hypixel. It's about making something you can't copy. Something real. Something human. Whether that's a cracked SMP between friends, a chaotic anarchy realm with no rules, or a once-a-month tournament broadcast to 500,000 people, what matters isn't scale, it's soul. Servers don't last because they're popular. They last because someone believed in them. Enough to build, enough to stay, enough to tell a story. If you've made it this far, thank you. Not just for watching, but for remembering. Because that's what Minecraft servers really are. They're not just games. They're where a generation grew up. Maybe you remember your first Skyblock Island. Maybe you spent hours grinding crates on some pay-to-win factions realm. Maybe you were there for the rise of Dream SMP, or spent years lurking in FitMC's comment section. Whatever your journey was, it mattered. Servers come and go, but the memories stay.
And that's why we keep coming back. To explore, to build, to survive, to belong. To feel that spark again, the one that made a flat world of blocks feel infinite. The rise and fall of Minecraft servers isn't a tragedy. It's a cycle. A heartbeat. And it's still beating. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. This has been Frame Theory, and I'll see you in the next one.